10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Oh.
Radiant team ban. Phoenix's turn to ban. Radiant team pick.
Vengeful spirit.
Phoenix's turn to pick.
Okie dokie, we're here, we're ready. WePlay Season 3 continues. I'm Jericho here in the JD Studios as always, and gone full circle. We're in the SEA group. We've got MVP Phoenix going up against TNC again. It is the round robin, but they've split them up, so instead of having 2-game series like a lot of other tournaments do, kind of like the English Premier League, where you play once, you wait until the full cycle goes, you play once again, and then we have our ending standings. But we're into the draft, seeing how things are progressing. And welcome to my co-caster, my friend, my buddy, my guy, my pal, Moppax. What's going on?
Wow, well done. You were thinking about that, you know, getting some good practice in, I see.
Of course.
Well done. Yeah, no, I was just taking a look. In fact, I was just so far this year. It started back in ESL 1 New York. They've had 9 matchups against each other. MVP Phoenix and TNC. Currently, MVP are on top 5-4. So it's been a hard-fought series. You know, they're always trying to qualify for these big events, be it the Summit Forest, Star Series, and of course, all. And then we just had that match. Now, it didn't look too close, if I recall. Taking a look at the final score, it was 27-6 WePlay games. So, TNC, you know, they're looking to bounce back here.
Oh, for sure. Like, this is one of these teams where, like, people expect so much from TNC, or at least certain people expect a lot from TNC because we know what they're capable of as individual players, and their drafting is pretty damn on point. It's just sometimes, you know, their mid-game kind of decision-making does fall short, whereas MVP Phoenix, something that they've focused on a lot, and that's something that they've improved massively, and just standings right now, you know, we've got Mineski 4-0 at the top, MVP Phoenix hot on their tails at 4-1. TNC, who we kind of wanted, or we kind of thought would be top 5, or top 3 even, sitting middle of the table, 2-3, not looking particularly strong, but they started their draft incredibly strong. Vengeful Spirit Gyrocopter banning out the OD against MVP Phoenix, so QO cannot get his hands on it, as well as both Ember Spirit, Bounty Hunter, and Lone Druid. They're focusing these key heroes that MVP have definitely shown that they can win games with, but they have let through Earth Spirit. These kind of roaming, annoying heroes that it can on your nerves.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't know if it's something where they don't play the hero, but in terms of, like, if you're getting first pick and you're not gonna ban out Earth Spirit, then I think you have to take it. It's just a rule. That's Dota right now. So I'm really surprised they went for Vengeful Spirit. Like, I understand. It is a useful first pick after Earth Spirit's been banned because it means you can help counter up against the Faceless Void. That's a very top priority pick we've been seeing lately. So you know, can guarantee they'll get a good chrono off onto at least one of your important cores. You swap yourself out the Sacrificial Venge. But no, it's gonna be the Earth Spirit. And already, I gotta say, I'm worried for MVP Phoenix. That hero, he's so good early, he's so aggressive, and maybe they're hoping that with a Gyrocopter and a Vengeful Spirit, they can kind of shore it up here and fight out early.
I'm just trying to think back. I know MVP Phoenix have played Earth Spirit in the past. Do you know who their player is? I'm guessing it's just doing like the whole roaming Earth Spirit thing.
I would assume. I know. I was looking at earlier. They're 5-2 with the hero. Lately, let's see. Doesn't look like it's bad B.
Well, we'll see who it is, because with Forev taking Nature's Prophet, Invoker mid for QO, and of course MP will be up at top with a little bit more hard-hitting. Juggernaut is still out there, actually, and could be the pickup for them. Earth Spirit, I kind of felt that it fills that role that that Febby's been doing, the Enchantress / Bounty Hunter, just like roaming around, controlling runes, and causing a little bit of havoc on the lane, which is something very good at. Whereas Dubu is more the static lane support, you know, your Witch Doctors, your Rubiks, sit, you stack, you pull, get to level 6, control the lane for your safe lane carry.
It is the captain, Dubu, so he's your spirit player. No wonder he gets it first, you know. Sorry, guys.
It's my pick.
I don't care if this hero gets dumpstered in like the next nerf. We're still going to pick it first.
Hey,
yes.
oh, hello.
Alrighty, SEA Dota.
Oh, wow. Now, this is something
Alrighty.
that we haven't seen in a hell of a long time. You know, back in March, back from like March until even like November, in SEA Dota, Drow Ranger was either first phase banned or first picked. Like that was just the way of things. Drow Ranger was such an important hero, especially for TNC. And I guess when you're looking at the draft for TNC right now, Venge, Gyro, Queen of Pain, Drow Ranger could have fit in
10
there very
seconds
nicely. You know,
remaining.
Sam H offlane Quap, Gyro safe lane or mid. He has
5
played mid
seconds
gyro a fair
remaining.
amount, and then you have the Drow Ranger just to bolster your attack damage. So I feel that's more of a block
Reserve
pick for
time.
VP. Of course, it fits in with them decently, but it's like block pick 30%. Oh, we'll take it.
You might not be wrong there. I've seen a couple Drow Invokers already, though, and man, does it ever look strong. Now, he got a couple of nerfs, lost a little bit of armor, has to deal with, you know, the weakened Cold Snap, but throw some Drow Ranger aura on top of that, and life's good. And if it is going to be up against the Queen of Pain, if she does end up going mid, that lane dominator. And so far, it just looks really good. Like, you've got the global synergy of the Nature's Prophet combined up with the Sunstrike, so if he decides to go in for the Exort, which common trend at least lately, so they could look towards some sort of another roaming hero. Maybe Earth Spirit's enough of a roam and you can just leave it to someone else. You know, they can just hang back with the Drow Ranger.
What else could they go for?
10 seconds
The-
remaining.
All the heroes you like Witch Doctor out there, but I kind of feel you want some silences or hard disables. Now you definitely want
Yes, we got a
something.
Rubik.
Yeah. now you definitely want something to stop that Spirit Breaker charging away.
I would guess Rubik. You know, you got the lift, you got the steals, the lane come the Queen of Pain, Gyrocopter, Venge, all very handy heroes.
Radiant team ban.
See where you're going to head with this. Spirit Breaker support with Avenge, I'm guessing. Quap off lane for Sam H is kind of the precedent that they set for themselves. Gyrocopter for Raven, probably safe lane, so it's likely going to be... Like, the Undying ban kind of indicates MVP think
10 seconds
differently, but
remaining.
the way I'm looking at this, last year is going to be like something for Teehee mid,
5
or even a
seconds
Juggernaut.
remaining.
Kind of interesting. What's up with the
Oh,
Undying
well,
ban?
luckily MVP Phoenix are so scared of that they made it out first.
Phoenix's
Oh,
turn
oh my
to
god,
pick.
you're right.
Juggernaut.
Never mind.
But I like
Taken out.
everything else you said.
Yeah, I kind of feel it's, I don't know, Clinks for Teehee. He does play some kind of unusual heroes towards the mid. What else is there? There's even a Phantom Lancer if he really wants that one. Something to close the gap on the Drow Ranger. Just get up on top of her. Damage dealt. I think I can lane decently against Invoker, get away from Earth Spirit ganks. What a,
10
there's even a
seconds
Bat Rider
remaining.
still out there, honestly. Bat Rider
Yeah.
does decently against Invoker, can evade the Earth Spirit
5
rotating in.
seconds
Out of
remaining.
Nature's Prophet out, which is honestly a great facet to have right here.
Reserve
Even,
time.
like, Puck's not too bad. It's a 2.5 second silence. Obviously, if you can just phase shift the whole in the beginning of the Earth Spirit, but that's rather difficult to do. Especially the problem with Puck is if he ends up going Quaspo X and he gets an urn, oh my god, your life is awful. It's like, cannot do anything. It's so frustrating. But we'll see. It's probably going to be Exort, though, I would guess, with everything else. So, yeah, I like the Bat Rider because you don't have to worry about silence. Once you get off the Firefly, you can start making your way to the next high point, try and use the terrain to escape, and silences aren't going to slow you down. And as you mentioned, neither's the Sprout. So, quite a few different options here. Just something survivable to try and deal with this, if that is, in fact, going to be the offlane Queen of Pain.
Just imagine this Drow with Alacrity, though. Like, the tower pushing here from MVP is pretty insane. That's the Rubik he called for. Perfect
Radiant
out
team
for him.
pick.
Perfect
good.
pick for MVP. Now, TNC, what are you up to? Where are you going to go with this? Going to think about now. Overpowered heroes. We have Faceless Void still out there. That's kind of a kooky hero, but into this lineup, a little bit awkward. And there's the PL. for Teehee mid.
Okay, that's like the godlike call. Yeah, I called the Rubik at Spirit Breaker. Wow. The Phantom Lancer mid.
TNC so much.
I bow down. I mean, I know AU's a drafter who tries to get like people thinking like they just banned out an Undying and then they whipped out a PL. That's when you're just gonna sit back in your drafting chair and be like, what just happened? Just do.
Yeah, well, honestly, I was confused at the Undying ban because I was 95% sure it would be a Teehee mid hero left. Because rarely do TNC run Quap anywhere but offlane for Sam H. The only question would be like Raven, where the gyro goes, whether it goes mid or safe lane. Pretty sure Raven's been playing that more often than not recently, but Phantom Lancer the mid for Teehee against Kiro's Invoker. I mean, he can dodge out with Doppelganger,
10
get away from
seconds
Earth Spirit's
remaining.
rotations in. He, with the poor man's shield and
5
possibly into
seconds
Alliant
remaining.
Talon that he's been toying with, he can control Invoker Invoker enough mid and dip into the jungle a little bit to boost and increase his farm rate. See how it goes though.
I gotta say, I think I can go on a limb and say we haven't seen a PL versus Invoker mid yet. I don't know, maybe not when you're talking about TNC, exactly where it does end up happening.
I'm not sure I've personally seen PL against Invoker. We used to see it a hell of a lot, like PL against Queen of Pain, PL against Shadow Fiend, you know, back in the previous patches. But it worked out really well, honestly. Like, PL's base damage is pretty good, attack animation is great, obviously. And then he dodges out of things, you know, like the Shadow Strike with Doppelganger, he gets away from Razors. It's a great mobile hero. But it's all, like, the thing to point out here, I'm pretty certain they only pick Phantom Lancer Radiant side. I know it's a very high percentage of when they pick Phantom Lancer mid is Radiant side, just because of kind of access to that medium camp where you go in, you lance, you get the bottle crowing going. You're just a pain in the backside, honestly. You are a devil to deal with.
Thinking about it right now, TNC, they're getting all their plans going. Oh, they're drawing.
That's an aeroplane. It's a spaceship. It's a duck. It's a goose. They're gonna say goose. What are we waiting for? Forever.
Nature's Prophet.
Nature's Prophet, please. So you're right. Dubu Earth Spirit, QO Invoker. I'm still wondering. Mentioned Exort Invoker, but I'm not 100% sure anymore. I kind of went with you. But with a Drow Ranger, having the attack speed from Wex, and then just having EMP Tornado against Spirit Breaker, Venge Swap, Quap jumping in.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm 50-50 on it.
When you, I think when you have a lot of controlling offlaners, then you definitely gonna see it. Like, obviously, Faceless Void, you know, pretty common with Exort Invoker, like that. But Nature's Prophet, you know, he's kind of a middle ground. Like, he's a little bit of damage, slight bit of control in the sense that he randomly shows up and forces different movement patterns, and maybe with the Sprout, the soft stun, if you will. But I would be totally fine with either here. Both of them are going to work out well. You can set up a really nice Magnetize using Tornado and like EMP, kind of having a good kick coming through as they're all coming down to the Tornado. A lot of great synergy. So it really is whatever they want to go for. He will at least go for the early Sunstrike snipe. All of our Invokers love to do lately. Try and figure out where everyone's going in their lanes.
Where are the wards? Where's everything going? But AU already got a very early ward out towards the middle lane. And this allows the PL to lance up high ground onto the Invoker. So he's got that harass going. While Dubu got a very, very quick lane ward down. In fact, he TP'd and boulder rolled all the way over across to that top lane. Jobs down, but Forev blocks his camp actually to the side. I was interested to see that Forev went Treants, made Treants, and then ran to lane because, you know, usually you see the Treants and stick in Fountain for the second round of Treants to summon them and regen your mana at the same time. But Forev's actually down here contesting root.
They might not have much to contest, it seems. He's out of here. But yeah, that is interesting. No mana there. Hard life.
Does he walk all the way back to base? Does he block the wave? I guess it's fine. Still got another couple of casts in him. Blocks this creep wave up, it should be okay. But what? Like, look at what he's doing with these two Treants over here. Roshan's battering them down. Raven even gets his name to one. 15 experience, a great start for the Gyro. Oh, amazing.
Pretty much game then, I guess. So.
Yeah, that's it. 17 seconds in, 15 XP on the Gyro. He's already got this massive boost to his name. But who took the bounties actually? See, PL and Invoker, both mid laners took them up. Dubu's already waiting towards the mid, the roll. Get himself in there. TE saw this one coming, and the charge will be across from AU. Do a little bit of turn damage back to the Earth Spirit, but it's not going to be a massive amount. Well, up at top, Sam H is just being forced back by MP and Febby. Queen of Pain has Blink. There's the lift. Do they have the Gust? No, just a bit of damage out from the Drought Aura.
Nothing better than being a support zoning on an offlaner with a Drought Aura, you know? Just feels good. Like, I can do stuff this game. This is great. I have a really rough time, so the Spirit will come up here. And with his help, I feel like we can definitely get some picks when Febby maybe feels a little bit too aggressive with newfound damage. At these very early levels.
Evo keeps missing uphill at the mid. He's like, yeah, what up? Just keep using your alacrity and missing uphill. He's done like 3 attacks so far. Shield plus that chance to miss. And there's another one. Like, Hero cannot hit T to save his life. And with the roll forward, Dubu trying again. The Observer Ward sees it coming every single time. PL should just be able to sidestep it.
And I like the positioning. That's a very difficult one, D-Ward. It's not like this one over here on the other side. Well, that's no good. Nice snipe there by 4Ev.
Now they're looking for this Spirit Breaker, but he'll be able to cut off through the trees. Oh, that kick had landed there. The gust as well from MP. They tried telekinesis back, but more harassment here from Drow and Rubik to annoy that little old Spirit Breaker a bit.
Oh, mid lane. He's dead. Actually got him. Even the Spirit Lance. He just doppelgangered on him.
Oh, caught the tail end of that one, but a little bit unexpected there. The lance spam is real.
That action was top.
And this is without bottle, right? This is without bottle on the Phantom Lancer, so it's not like it's continual spam of lances. It's just he's that good.
Yeah, and he didn't have the point into Quasiac. Pretty huge. So he's basically just relying. You can see he's got like tangos like sitting in his fountain. And no fairy fire used, but I think he would have been dead. Yeah, lance was not used. Point wasting them.
Stuff by Teehee. Salve himself back up, he's got 1,000 gold to spend. And I'm starting to wonder what he's going to buy with this. Usually it's like bottle boots. Yeah. I thought so. I was like, why are you saving up all this money when...
I mean, the courier was dead, so...
That's true. He's dead for quite some time. 1 minute remaining until the Phantom can get his items out to him.
Spirit Breaker might bring them.
Or just charge himself out there.
The
cow courier. It is the play. Drop the branch. Drop. Branch. Oh, he puts the Tango back in ace. Come on, Tango's more useful than Branch. Be real here. How's the other lane going? Because there's one lane we haven't really looked at, and that's the Gyro bot 18 and 6. Pretty much free farm down here. While the Nature's Prophet is kind of semi-jungling, semi-ganking. Move on to mid, QO. Oh, the roll forward from Dubu might put himself into dangerous. QO doesn't have Invoke, but these little yellow illusions not going to do a massive amount of damage to him. Annoying though, as Teehee regens himself all the way back up to full, more mana to spend, and QO has to salve up.
I gotta say, I really like the way that Nature's Prophet is like filling into these lanes right now. Like you mentioned, like, well, where's Forev? And well, we see all these new offlaners because we Iron Town, and they'll just go up to camp. They farm with Iron Town. Are they actually going with Teehee?
Teehee's going on them.
Look at him go.
He's the one going on them. Stun is not going to connect onto AU, but the Spirit Breaker is going to die. The Rubik comes in at the right time, but he's going to give up QO. Sunstrike not on point. There's too many illusions around. Sam H is encroaching here onto the fight, slowly but surely joins in, and they'll kill off Febby on top of this. The Vengeful Spirit. Oh, there's no deny from Dubu. The Spirit just wants to get the hell out of here.
Alright, well, so Nature's Prophet come in there, but either way, simply because of the way that with the Iron Town, you camp, you go back to the lane, he isn't even extra advantage because he does the camp, he goes into the jungle, and then when it eventually does push into the tower, instead of having to like walk his way down there and waste time, he just TP's in. And the whole time he's like looking at these ganks, he just like runs this line back and forth. Plus, then you get the varied builds you get on Nature's Prophet, so I think any team that can work him into your draft and just got a big leg up in the comp right now, especially because he's not really first ban material, right? You can always like stang him up in the first phase for the most part. Those nice little Earth Spirit, Vengeful Spirits, Faceless Voids kind of heroes.
Still have to come back to this Drow Ranger though, and once she hits level 6, VP's power is definitely amplified, and we've similar scenario from them, a couple of times before, where laning phase not go particularly well for them. Oh, strike.
B. It's life sometimes.
Tragic stuff. Yeah, MVP sometimes just lose their lanes. Sometimes that just happens. And then they realize their timing, or they know it from the draft, they hit level 6 on the Drow Ranger, they get level 6 on Nature's Prophet. Can potentially group up and go and fight as 4 while the Invoker split pushes somewhere. Right with a kick onto Sam H, the Gust and Silent is there, but they don't have that catch. Even with the boots, couldn't get in range. But here's the push. Forever is going to join in with the Treants and maybe even push the tier 1.
Getting towards that level 6 as mentioned, and it's like the rotation for Nature's Prophet just becomes all that much more powerful. And on the other side of the map, we really haven't talked about it all that much, obviously, just because, well, what is there to talk about? But Gyrocopter Experiment, he is up at the 40 CS, so he's doing a really good job. Sometimes I think it's hard. It's like when you're all by yourself, because you have to remember, like, they're trying to gank you this whole time. You're kind of worried. You're like looking at your mini map. He doesn't even have a lane ward, so all his information comes from who's pushing the tower. And is he going to rotate out the call down? Yes, he is. Here we go.
Charging in.
Really big fight.
With the Spirit Breaker going to land. Oh no, the Gust in time, MP.
Value.
Good turn. Well played. sure if he knew the Spirit Breaker was there, but he definitely knew the Gyro was coming. Stop that cooldown, imperative for their survival. Meanwhile, mid lane, Ubu and QO, again, every time I look top, there's a fight brewing, there's something breaking out top, but T is going on this Invoker every single time. He knows there's a 1v1, and he knows he can win it.
Yeah, he's actually getting destroyed.
What's the CS? 22 to 14 against 20, like, CS-wise, it's pretty even. But
It's
QO,
impressive, honestly, that it is that much farm. Because every time you look at him, indeed, he is 100 HP or something along those lines. Bottom, they're on for Rev here. He's got the Wrath of Nature.
oh, the
Dozens
damage.
of
Mana.
Sam
Sam H, Sunstrike, nope. He
Good call.
jukes it out, pauses a little bit, Makebreak doesn't get caught. But yeah, it's like CS is one thing, but QO has died twice now, and he's been back to base 4 times. Like, he's making these trips back and forth, TPing back, expending gold on teleports and regen and all this bollocks. While T is just sitting there with, you know, a ton of gold. He has his bottle, that's all he needs. He's got Aquila, and now he's looking into those treads. He can just continue snowballing from this middle lane. TNC have switched up their lanes a little bit, realizing pending danger of this Drow Ranger once she's hitting level 6. Avenge and Gyro will try and set up for a kill. She's very squishy, 800 HP. Most difficult to get through. You just need that initial jump, the initial catch, and with this Observer Ward behind the tower, they've got the charge. That's the catch they need, but where's it coming from? AU from the Radiant jungle. He's freaking miles away. He's like, no, screw this. It's gonna take too long.
And she's in a really nice spot though, because she's on the back line of these trees. As long as you smoke for that whole duration there, by the time you break inside the trees, they're not going to have vision of you. And that's when you just go for the call down, and it's risky though with everyone off the map, because it's one thing to worry about TPs coming in, but it's another thing if they're all just like standing behind exactly as they are right now, all smoked up, and then that's just like their entire early game dead.
That's the point. This is the Drow Ranger level 6 group up and go and kill shit kind of style, you know? This is where they need to go and make things happen. But if TNC are so well versed in the ways of Drow Ranger, they don't dodge fights for like the next minutes unless they, you know, 100% win the fight. They know that they've got a massive advantage. I'll be very surprised. I'd be surprised if they defended that tier 1 top. I'll be surprised if I see them really engage into these fights unless they have some massive numbers advantage over them. Right now, just sitting back and farming jungle, making sure that they're behind these towers. Gee, honestly, what stops the PL at this point? A good kick into silence from the Earth Spirit, a good telekinesis like smoke. Teehee seems almost invincible at this middle lane.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how they're gonna deal with them in the game. QO, oh again, another cancel charge. They can't even get these AU. Just like can't figure out you know, who he needs, so the proper support he needs for what kills, and yeah, I mean, you can definitely still feel the pressure of the Spirit Breaker, I think. The Nature's Prophet's always staying out of vision. Can't just like be bottom farming a lot of the time. So he's still getting the job done, but maybe, I don't know if it is going to be like the pull. Maybe you can go for a little bit of an item build swap up in some ways into like the Orchid, possibly. Season gets Queen of Pain anyway. We'll see.
He's so hard committed to the Midas into like Blink Aghanims, maybe even the Yule Scepter. There's a couple of heroes here that naturally buy BKBs in both the
Oh, I was talking about the Nature's Prophet.
Oh, sorry.
But no, you're right.
Nature's Prophet could go that way as well. Like, yeah, the trouble is both of them, you know, they've kind of builds. Nature's Prophet is a little more open, the Invoker is less so. The thing I'm wondering about now, though, is Raven has been sitting for quite a while up on this top lane. He knows there's an Observer Ward up on the cliff close to the Secret Shop. They've given safe lane farm to Sam H for the past couple of minutes, while Gyro is kind of towing the line, dragging this lane back as much as he can, and trying to limit how much farm MP can have. MP is pretty much relegated to jungling at this point, because he can't go too far forward. Even with a Dire Observer Ward up here, he could still be ganked by a smoke in, a charge across. What TNC are looking for right now, the Venge and Spirit Breaker, both are looking through the jungle.
Yeah, it looks that way, and with the farm on Sam H too, like definitely the one who has the most potential to actually get in there and kill off the Drow. Pop, Scream, into Sonic Wave, so the more levels on her, it's going to be the better. And then, of course, it's only going to be better as you start moving into items. In a game like this, it's always fun trying to predict the pain build, because there's so many that are, like, poor. I guess We haven't seen any sort of an inkling of an Orchid from the Nature's Prophet. If this was a Colossal Wex Invoker, I think I'd definitely be expecting the Yule Scepter first. Be a really good build here. But Sam H, a lot of SEA, Queen of Paints, I'd like to see that BKB first, just like get up in your face.
Yeah.
I don't even think it would be that bad this game, honestly, because of how much magic control and damage they do have available.
I think it's a toss-up between Yules and BKB. Like, Yule Scepter against the Invoker Yules combo is pretty good. If he Yules you, you throw a Sunstrike, you Yule self. As long as that Deafening Blast timing isn't quite there, you can just get yourself out. But BKB is the better one. Deal with Earth Spirit.
Yeah, honestly. What a
Like,
hero.
screw that hero. Seriously.
He's still level 4. He hasn't been able to find a lot of the solo experience. Too scared to get anywhere closer to the wave for like CS or anything. And he didn't really have that typical Earth Spirit early game. Like, he doesn't feel that terrifying. Now he's 0-0-0. He actually hasn't participated in the one kill that they did have.
And
Mind
0-0.
you. Part of the death.
He has 0 last hits and 0 denies also. He's got five zeros to his name. Dubu may as well not be here.
It's like contributing just as much as that Faceless Void icon for Void boys. You know? It's basically Earth Spirit.
Yeah,
Did you get that joke?
No.
An NA joke. That was good too. Oh well. It's life. Their flag up top is just the old Faceless Void face, so it always looks like they have 6 heroes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome, guys. Jokes are always so much better when you
13% better.
back. But either way, yeah, he's just not Earth Spirit. Like, he wasn't ganking mid. I'll probably that because of this whole like, what do I do against a PL in the mid lane? It's killing my Invoker. I don't understand this. I haven't seen this.
How do I kill Quap up at top when he blinks away? How do I kill down bottom lane when it was a Gyro plus Venge?
Yeah, I feel like maybe they had to get aggressive maybe a little earlier on the Gyrocopter, and like maybe they picked the wrong
Dire's
lane to
middle
focus on.
tower is under attack.
Oh, a little bit awkward. Oh, it looks like he's going to be the man to get stunned up and charged here. The timing's good. Stun, charge, blast, dead. Earth Spirit's gone and off the map, and this tier 1 tower going to take a bit of a pummeling. Lancer knows what he wants, and VP having a few issues here. Earth Spirit definitely died because he lagged.
Yeah, they seem to be having some sort of connection issue, which is always unfortunate. You never want to have to deal with that.
Oh, how's
Anyone
MP?
else committed here?
MP with the double Wraithband build? I mean, we've seen a hell of a lot of builds from Drow Rangers over the years. You know, we've had the Manta style, we've had the Blink Mask of Madness, we've had the S&Y, BKB with Daedalus and Lifesteal, satanic stuff like that. More recent build, we see a little bit in our pubs whenever Drow Rangers kind of randomly picked up or just straight up random, is the Mjolnir Axe build. The Lightning Drow Ranger, the best build in the world because the lightning procs from the Axe upgrade on your on the magical new split shot thing you get. I have no idea what MP's going to be building here. I'm just assuming it's going to be the kind of standard build into Manta style, then get a BKB, maybe a Blink here or there, just like stats and mobility as much as you can. And strength as well as that agility up and running. But you never know, Aghanim Scepter might have been one of these things that they've toyed with. Might be maybe see in a competitive game. Dubu misses the kick. Febby just chased back by
Dire's
Teehee.
bottom tower is under attack.
Cycle's guest strong as well. Nice little juke by Spirit Breaker to get himself away and TP out. This is just TNC controlling map. Bot lane. Have you seen what Sam H just picked up?
Oh, is this the Mech Queen of Pain? I've seen this.
I'm thinking
Or is
Blade
it just
Mail.
straight AC? Because I've actually seen Mech Queen of Pain as well.
I think it's Blade Mail Queen of Pain.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll give it that. No, I saw Mech the other day, and I saw Mech Invoker the other day, and I was like, is this about to be a thing?
It's already,
Miracle went Mech Invoker.
come on now. Fata did Mech Invoker way before Miracle
Okay,
was
yeah,
even
I know,
born.
but that's a long... Fanta does Mech everything, that does not count.
Mech,
the slightest.
Mech DK, Mech Troll, Mech Invoker. Name a couple. I mean, honestly, that guy, he loves his mech, doesn't he?
It's
Razor.
really interesting going for the Blade Mail first because, yeah, no, it's a super solid item. It helps for trading against people that you come in, like, you have to, like, force them to walk away from you, so it's really solid in that sense. But at the same time, it's a lot of magic damage. Oh, top lane, Raven. Dunzo.
Gyro,
Sprout into Drow, right clicks.
Charge is coming in. AU is here, and this damage output from them is going to be pretty good. They've got TE jumping across an MP. He's got no chance of escape. Even the Phantom Lancer illusion's blocking the retreat. Over on the back, they're actually going to find Forever as well. Sam H with a Sonic Wave.
Ecstasy.
They're up 2.
Agony.
Now, was that really worth it? Losing your Drow and your Nature's Prophet just to kill a lonely Gyro who's basically been the offlaner for the past 5 minutes. They've even got a charge onto Febby. And this level 5 Spirit Breaker, how he wishes he was level 6. Febby has the telekinesis to throw him back, so it's not worth diving in onto that one.
Endurance run.
I'm really hoping this blade mail. Actually, it's so interesting. Because I kind of feel like she's going to blade mail and die. In a lot of sense, like, it's so much damage, but it's a really good way to deal with the Drow, right? Because the BKB is not going to let you deal with the Drow and everyone else on the team, but the blade mail actually does. Because Drow's just going to kill herself if she tries to turn on you when you actually blink on her. And if she tries to move away from you, it just helps you line up like a better Sonic Wave towards moving into like the rest of the team as well. Actually, an unbelievably solid item.
Will say,
Very impressed.
times I've seen Blade Mail on Sam H's Queen of Pain, he has either gone drums or double null first. Kind of like we used to see from Nature's Prophet. So it's a little bit interesting that he's gone kind of naked rush after Threads into this Blade Mail with 970 HP. See how he does though. With the Mask of Manus though on the Drow Ranger, they take Aegis and work of Roshan, and yeah, heading into the Blade of Alacrity. They're not going to go into Yasha, into Manta style. Stuff out of the range of the TNC throw at him. Jeez, Phantom Lad. 14 minutes. Diffusal Blade shreds Ring of Aquila. EL is disgustingly farmed.
I like chilling mid lane and oh god, 14 minute Diffusal Blade. That is so terrifying. What item to have so early?
Raven's hiding in the trees. He's called down, but the kick comes in. That boulder punch. Back and called down. Going to be a little bit off the mark here. T still wants to chase this one with a lance forward onto QO. Purged up as well. MP. Mask Man is there, but the Deafening Blast is pretty good onto AU. The dust is out. He's already dead. The Invoker's gone. And Forever tries to turn to fight. The Vengeful Spirit's the one they focus. And they do finally bring her down. But look at MP's HP. Nothing left. Aegis is down, and they're losing everyone here. Febby's the only one to maybe escape this, running over to the east, but the Drow Ranger's cleaned up twice. And Rubik, hide yourself. Hide yourself in the jungle.
Oh, when you're talking about TNC, you know, they want to look better than the last time. And bring this series back to 5-5 between the two squads. So far, so good. Fight just looked disgusting. I think it all started off on the wrong foot because it looked like Raven was setting up the call down and wasn't expecting to get swapped. Yeah. And it was still within range, so it kind of blew it. And then on the other side, though, actually, MVP, Febby stole the swap, and he was just in range. And I thought that Kyo actually would have got away to get the swap, but we're talking like milliseconds and not being able to get it. And from there, the rest of the fight was just lost.
10-3, 16 minutes in. QO, Racer Null Midas on Invoker. Not been an amazing game for him. Still trying to get into, you know, your Yule Scepter, your Blink, whatever it may be. Force Staff probably going to be the he kind of aims for at this point. Find out. Drums now in the Gyro, Helm of the Dominator as well. You know, it's not an amazing feat for Gyro. 106 last hits, but the duration of their laning, he has spent a lot of the time farming jungle in this off lane. Where's AU? Where's the Spirit Breaker sitting at? Because these two supports on the Radiant side, they don't seem particularly farmed up. On their cores. They don't have many like utility items, like no staff, no glimmer cape, nothing like that. It's all about these core heroes getting fat. So Queen of Pain, you know, Blade Mail point booster, fair enough. You forget that one force staff, that one glimmer cape, that one anything on your supports could win a team fight for you.
This is kind of one of those games too, where you'll typically see maybe AU get a little bit more space to go for something like a Shadow Blade would be amazing this game. Just based on like getting on top of that Drow without her knowing, without her being able to get off the gust, and that's gonna win you fights, right? Like if she's in the back line getting bashed up, or even if you just get a Nether Strike on her and you're disabling that aura, that's the kind of stuff that can just flip this any sort of battle on its head. Like they're already ahead, but at that point you're taking away any sort of advantage they have. Like 49 base damage, you know, that's nothing to scoff at. That is definitely a way that when you're down in net worth, you can win a fight. Get a quick pick off. So I'd really like to see that, and I definitely agree with you that a little bit more space for these guys might really help them out.
MVP, very, very afraid of what they're dealing with at this point. We see the drums for QO actually. Good fallback item. That's a good way to engage, disengage, maybe take some towers down as well. Forever's being charged up at top. He wants this Orchid and he wants it desperately. He has a TP scroll. He's waiting for. What's he waiting for? PL Illusions with AU Spirit Breaker. The TP cancelled out. And with the Sprout, maybe he can get himself where there's no vision inside and Forever escapes. Just in time.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So close. So close. Well, then
Radiant's
he's charging
middle
mid. He's got the
tower
chaos going now. You know, just charge everything there. Smoke up.
Defusal.
Spotted completely, though.
He no longer silenced and he's just running rampant through the team fight. QO, he just ripped a party, shredded, killed off. And this Teehee Phantom Lancer, he's hungry, thirsting for blood. MP, a few hits, down he goes. AU still looking for Bevy, but he charges out. They're looking a back for Dubu, and Sam-H should have his number. One scream, 2 right clicks, Dubu's dead. Sam-H is gonna go in. Kill him off. Or he dies.
Man, Raven tanked about 1,000 damage from that fight. Don't worry, guys, I got this, and then a last-minute swap out. That was so nicely played.
Duo. Dubu did all the damage in that team fight. Drow Ranger didn't get anything done. Well, unfortunate for MVP that they're in this position where they want to go in, take a free tier 1, and it looked good. And all of a sudden, Yell just walked into the middle of all of you. Even with
QO the dagger.
again, damage TP's away. Looks like it's okay. Bebby, deny him. Just deny him. Go on. Even if he's healing up, just go and right click him. Deny him.
For mid lane.
This is we're not carrying me. I wanted a blink on Rubik. Now we have to give all our farm to you. What's the plan here for MVP? Because obviously Febby has Febby has Aether Lens, not Rotovator.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Putting it to Spirit Breaker, the extra lift. It's obviously going to increase the steal range too. Interesting first item choice compared to the blink. But when you're being initiated a lot more than initiating, it makes quite a bit of sense.
Without cooldown, Sonic Wave, things like that.
Initiating.
Blink. PL. Okay. That's a thing.
I mean, that's definitely the item here. Like, he just needs to get on top of them, and that's it.
Sam-H. Oh, the swap! Takes him out of Sunstrike, but straight into Febby's arms. Over on the side, he's just going to find Dubu, but there's the Ebola. Magnetizes down, and AU is dying. MVP, they get 3 kills. But guess who comes in? Guess who comes in? Teehee wants MP. The damage up is going to be good enough to kill him before the TP completes, but I'm not sure they can kill Forever. That transport control will take it back to safety. Bebby, charge away, and back to safety.
Alright, well, either way, still a big victory there for MVP. Lose their Drow Ranger is the only really important core hero.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And maybe they can claw all the way back. I mean, you could see they were just shredding them. Oh, the Sprout. No way to get out of it.
Oh, David. You wanted that tier 1. Reactions to MVP, though, and clear him up nicely. Problem, without BKB on your gyro, he's still going into S and Y. He's still yet to get it and complete it. You have the Orchid on Forever. You're building into your Yule Scepter now on QO, I think. With the Void Stone, could be Hex. I'm not sure what else you'd really aim for with the Void build into, though. Pretty much got to be the Yule Scepter. Go straight back into that one. You've now got S and Y pretty much done for MP, unless he wants to go Yasha BKB.
Yeah, there's two options. Oh, I like this.
Devil. There's a stun there. Oh, it's a Enge. No. The Spirit rolled too far away.
Yeah, he went for the blade mail as well over on Jibbaker. And although I was, saying I really like the Invis, which I still do, as Febby's actually going that with the Glimmer Cape, it seems. But the benefit here being, there's no way they can get BKBs anytime. When's the BKB going to come out on any of these heroes? It's a long ways away.
Yeah, the only one you look at is like Drow Ranger with Yoga Club. Maybe could head into BKB next.
I hope so. I think it's better than finishing an SNY.
Yeah.
But even then, like, you're still looking at a solid 4 heroes to use it on, and then of course Drow Ranger. If you can force out the BKB as well as the lone Spirit Breaker, you're pretty happy with that too, considering it really busts through anyway.
try and dive in on this lane. Blink for Teehee's ready, but MP and Febby wandering themselves back to the tier 3 quickly as they possibly can. Don't want to get caught at mid. Charge will not complete from Spirit Breaker.
Counter charge.
Febby. Yeah. How's that?
Feel big. Feel like Febby.
Double damage!
Your own medicine. Oh, do they think that's the real PL? Super tries for the kick. Illusion. He gets himself a DD and a bounty rune. Where's his bottle? Is his bottle sold? Looks like it. At this point, just buy the point booster, go into Manta style. Pressure up.
Blink dagger too. Like he's basically anti-mage right now. Just running around the map. He can leave a little bit of himself behind in each of the lanes if he wants to. Keep pushing it out once that Manta's up and active. And you do have some aggressive wards here. Obviously, did help a lot of a couple of these new item pickups, so they know about the blade mail. They know about the rotation they're making right now, and of course, they're going to assume it's the Roche Pit. And the question is, can they fight Roche Pit with the magnetized? Oh, it's one. That is a pretty big deal. The overall damage. They might not be able to take this.
Especially when you're looking at QO, you know, your step is still 100 gold away. If you had that, then you kind of look for the combo plays and just get a pick off, go into Roshan.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm fearful. They just don't want to make that mistake. You can see where they're pinging. They're assuming they're all up here. They don't have any vision inside the jungle. They're thinking they're all in here. You know, Radiant side don't know where they are, so they're just gonna play it safe. Understandable after what happened bottom. You know, you don't want to be giving anything away here, but obviously from our overseeing, you know, omniscient view, we do know that it was a free Roche. So MVP staying off the map is definitely helping them out right now.
Radiant's
Yeah, if you look at the overall leads and stuff,
attack.
okay, it's 14 to 8, and again, a lot of their net worth is over on these core heroes, but MVP have done a great job catching up, split pushing away. Farm up at the top. Forever farming enemy ancients even. Looks like he's going for a BKB of his own, and he himself out of the club. Well, Raven is miles away from a BKB, so that kind of game-changing, fight-winning item there for TNC anymore. Maybe it's the Ags on Queen of Pain to get these pickoffs and a couple of kills. Rev. Key Devil. Made a little path for himself through to the Ancients, but Raven comes, clears that up. But there's nothing else funky played out here by MVP. But who's staying up for Roche now?
Yeah, and you know that obviously with a drought, like they certainly just they get, you know, maybe 20 seconds alone in there. They should be able to bust that thing down pretty fast, and just hope that there's no objectives or taken here as QO's in trouble.
Oh, short though. The Fuser Blade's there, and he uses the enemy. He turns back with the meteor, but it doesn't land onto anyone. The Epic Blast pushes them away from the damage. That telekinesis onto the Queen of Pain. Baby. Swap back. Vengeful Spirit catches him. Rubik, you poor devil. Taken out. 2 dead without buyback. 3 now. As AU dives deep for 2 boost Earth Spirit. Oh, look at Teehee. The lance is there. The blink available in 8 seconds time. He doppelgang forward to purge up Forever again. And Teehee's found another kill. Lances for days and MP. MP, I don't think you're escaping this one. 5 down. MVP team wiped. Question is, can TNC take a Rax here?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yes, I think. Well, maybe not. The respawn time is very lower than I expected. They should be able to at least get the melees, like no question there.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
They're not going to tap out yet.
Fallen.
We got Nature's Prophet. We can play the split game. We're not out of this one, and they're certainly right. Like there was only a 4K, 3,700 lead coming up into that fight in terms of the overall net worth. They just need to actually get some of these bigger items up online. We've seen Invoker in the late game and what he can do. Now, no BKBs purchased yet, of course. That does mean that as we get later and later, those 10-second BKBs come over from TNC, and QO is just going to be like, ugh, worse. It's nothing worse than that. Like 30 minutes as an Invoker on the other side. So, I'm certainly still worried for MVP, but I definitely think they have the tools and the heroes required for a game like this, and Rev's even going for the Agnum Scepter to help out with that.
Regeneration!
Apparently my coffee didn't kick in this morning. A point booster instead of ultimate orb when PL was...
What, with the Manta?
Yeah.
Feeling better, I didn't say it anyway. I mean, I guess I just assumed you weren't such an idiot. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like chat just straight calls me out. I like it when casters know the names of items. Yeah, I wish I knew the names of items, honest. Oh dear.
I like that one. It's vitality booster. Dumb caster.
Radiant's top tower is
But you
under
missed the
attack.
best part. You missed the F word. You have to drop the F bomb in there. Come on now.
I'm a professional.
Don't
caster.
censor it. Free speech and comedy and all
I'm the
that.
government, man.
You're the
I'll censor
government.
everything.
Excellent.
Good stuff. Alright, what do they got here? They got the gem. They're choking them out, man. They got to get rid of this vision. Now, mind you, that one board managed to live itself up here. That's a pretty big deal. And the general idea of, you know, when they're moving around, they do obviously the speed breakers, you know, with that wave. But with that general vision, you got to think, I think they're in here, guys. You know, they're probably hanging out in this general area, and they would be correct. They're grouping up here, trying to set something up. They just don't have that same initiation. There's no blink. Their best thing is like a Glimmer Cape lift right now. So they really have to rely on some sort of a busted initiation coming out of TNC and that BKB.
That's the fight-winning item. That's possibly a game-ending item here. TNC could secure the win just off the back of that one pickup. 27.5 minutes in, the timing kind of open itself up again as MP. Okay, you've got BKB, you've got Yasha, but we've seen how quickly you get crushed. Damage from the Phantom Lancer, and now they've pushed out these lanes. TNC had themselves into the rush pit themselves. Gonna one at a time, stay around. Or I was looking for a courier snipe or something, but the courier is way over to the east. Energy booster picked up by the courier.
I think they're coming in.
They're gonna try and fight this. Roshan's only down to half health. He's up on the front lines, he pops the smoke, they've caught him up, telekinesis is there, but the other break goes straight on in, Dubu! He tries to fight up against 4 of them, shredded under the damage of Teehee. The AU Spirit Breaker bites back because he's taken out, but he was the vanguard, he was the guy that blocked them all out. MVP could not contest Roshan because of the Spirit Breaker.
Alright, well that was a pretty YOLO there from Dubu. I mean, maybe, I'm not sure, did they have vision of the BKB? Because he got pretty, you know, he did a pretty good job on top of Raven, honestly, considering. And maybe it's enough damage that they can't just instantly run up mid, so he'll be able to respawn. By the time they actually get there, he might even have magnetized back up. So, honestly, not even the worst play, really. Gave him an opportunity to fight.
It was that kind of Spirit Breaker appears and the call was made. We go into Rosh, we commit. There's probably the idea here for MVP. We just commit into Roshan, we try and fight them in the pit. So Earth Spirit's plan was go into the pit, just roll in, get your spells down, and see what happens. Get the rest of the team a good setup for the fight. And then the Spirit Breaker appears, and the rest of the team's like, kill Spirit Breaker while he's like mid-roll trying to get into the pit. And then it was just this completely disjointed versus 1 and then another 4 versus 1. But MVP were the guys that wanted to be fighting in that choke point. Get the Meteor down, get the Sunstrike Deafening Blast, and have these combo plays. Well, TNC just walked it off, shrugged and said, you know what? Stronger than you. Fight through, take Roshan, you'll back yourselves away. Right here, right now, Raven, looking pretty damn beefy, 1800 HP, Aegis up. Guess the Boots of Travel on Teehee now, gonna give him that added mobility, so one lane, join the fight on another.
Duo just made his big choice as well. He's been sitting on this goal for a long time, but he is gonna go for the BKB. So a lot of different options, like, it's really difficult right now, I think, in his position, because if he wasn't up against a Spirit Breaker, you might be looking into like Boots of Travel Blink, just so that he can try and keep these waves out, stay out in the trees. We've seen a lot of Invokers do lately, but with the Spirit Breaker, then you're moving back into, do I go for the Aghanim Scepter, try and, you know, save us on the high ground, you know, quicker invokes, as many spells out as I can, just I need to dump everything on top of TNC to win this fight. But in the end, he says, you know, I've got Drought Aura, I'm dealing against all this magic damage from TNC, there's a Diffusal Blade, the Queen of Pain, of course, even just screen, so it will go back into the BKB, but that's tough, because it's that, yeah, you always feel like you gotta get it, but to add that unique element of like why you picked Invoker, you know?
Drought Ranger, what are you up to? Maelstrom Drought is happening.
You're on fire, man.
Maelstrom Drought's happening, but I don't see her getting into the Mjolnir Ags this game. I don't see that happening. Possible. They come back super hard, but here we go. Knocking on your door. It's TNC up at your tier 3. MP just throws a couple of frost arrows back onto the gyrocopter, but not going to be enough to quell this attack, I don't think. Forever splitting a decent amount, and in fact, he's the one to TP back, so it does stop the push on in. Even with Aegis, TNC feel a little bit pressured by Forev's approach to this bottom lane.
The Aghanim Scepter, and unfortunately, Well, I should say, fortunately, I suppose, for 4Ev, the charge wasn't placed first, so he's able to make this one out alive. Kind of stuttered on that cast there, but he's done. Shows up, and there's no Nature's Prophet. BKB now picked up, and they're pushing out the map. You know, they're all out. They're moving as a unit. And the Dream alive. Of course, the Maelstrom always gonna be a great pickup when you've already lost a lane of racks. Maybe you're fearful of losing two. You gotta get that AoE and someone like Drow. You know, a lot of heroes suffer from this whole, oh, I can't deal with super creep. I'm only seeing it, and I'm just gonna help you be able to deal with that here. So
Against the PL as well. Honestly, clearing illusion is going to be super good.
great item choice here. And now what's he got now? Is he going back for Vlad's?
Yeah.
He is.
I was wondering why disassemble Aquila is like the only reason to go for it is for that Vlad's. I guess another good
pickup.
high ground breaking item. Give the lifesteal again over to Gyrocopter, armor, damage. Good
Yeah,
way
it's
to
also
push up.
solid just because like they're at a timing right now, and you know you have a little bit of gold, and you're like, we want to end this game right now. What can I buy that's gonna make a significant difference with the amount of money I have? And the item is almost always Vlad's. First off,
Radiant's
doesn't matter
middle
what hero you
tower is
are,
under
buy a
attack.
friggin' Vlad's. If your team doesn't have one and you're trying to end the game,
Dire's
just buy a
bottom
Vlad.
Yeah, like, am I an offlane Spirit Breaker? Am I a mid PL? Am I a court Venge? I'm gonna buy Vlad's if I've got the money. Oh, Manta Style by TA he will get himself.
Oh, he can force if he gets. What, doesn't want to. Does he have no charges left? Oh no, he does. He upgraded.
He upgraded, yeah. Well, it's still racks going down. QO, oh my goodness. The swap back, the cooldown's there on Kuro's head. He's got BKB, but he can't even use it until the last second. Not there just yet. This flat cannon attack is probably going to finish him off with Sam H securing the kill. But there's no buyback here for QO. Book is dead for a good 50 seconds. I think this might just be game.
Has fallen.
Yeah, it most certainly is. No aura, no invoker. Just couldn't get it off, even with the BKB, just couldn't quite find the positioning to get it done. And TNC, they answer right back after pretty miserable defeat the last time the two teams getting into it. So I'm sure they're feeling really well. And you know, we all know what Scan's thinking right now, and I'm thinking it too. What a draft by AU. That PL, like, yeah, I know it's something they've run before, but when you're banning out Undying, I don't think MVP saw it coming.
No, they definitely didn't. They definitely didn't. They were thinking,
10
right,
0-7.
insane stuff from TE. What a player. What an absolute player. Alright, up next, we have Execration up against MVP. So it's an MVP doubleheader. We'll see how Execration do. They've